Stellar's strategic move, partnering with Mastercard to revolutionize blockchain transactions. The shocking partnership that changes everything. This is bigger than most people realize. While the crypto world is distracted by price swings and short-term hype, Stellar just made a move that could redefine blockchain payments forever. Mastercard, the giant in global transactions, is now working directly with Stellar. And if you think this is just another partnership announcement, you're not seeing the full picture. This isn't just a small integration. This is a strategic shift that could catapult XLM into a level of adoption no one saw coming. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't just about crypto anymore. We're talking about one of the most powerful financial networks in the world actively leveraging Stellar's technology. That means seamless cross-border payments, faster settlements, and the kind of institutional backing that can send XLM's real-world use case into overdrive. But here's the part most people miss. Partnerships like this don't happen overnight. These deals take years of planning, negotiation, and strategic alignment. This isn't a random marketing stunt. This is a calculated move to bring Stellar's blockchain into the financial mainstream. Now ask yourself, what happens when one of the biggest payment networks in the world fully embraces Stellar? What happens when banks, merchants, and enterprises start moving money across borders using Stellar's low-cost, high-speed blockchain? This isn't some distant future scenario. It's already happening. And here's where things get really interesting. Every major crypto bull run in history has been fueled by two things: adoption and speculation. And right now, Stellar is positioned for both. The fundamentals are locking in, the smart money is taking positions, and yet, most people still don't see what's coming. By the time the FOMO kicks in, by the time mainstream media starts hyping up Stellar's price action, the ones who saw the writing on the wall will already be in. The question is, where do you want to be when that moment arrives? Let's break this down. Because once you see the full impact of this partnership, you'll never look at XLM the same way again. Why Mastercard's involvement is a game changer. Let's get straight to the point. Mastercard isn't just another fintech company dipping its toes into crypto. It's one of the most powerful payment networks in the world, moving over $7 trillion in transactions every single year. That's more money than the entire crypto market combined. And now they're working directly with Stellar. This isn't just big, it's monumental. Why? Because think about what this really means. Stellar was already a force to be reckoned with, a blockchain designed to make global transactions faster, cheaper, and more efficient. But now, with Mastercard in the picture, XLM isn't just another crypto project. It's stepping onto a whole new stage of financial dominance. Here's what most people don't realize. Mastercard doesn't gamble on speculative projects. They don't just experiment with technology, they strategically integrate it. And that's exactly what's happening here. This isn't some maybe-in-the-future scenario. This is Mastercard actively working with Stellar to build real-world solutions for cross-border payments. If you think this is just another partnership, you're missing the bigger picture. This is the kind of strategic shift that can make XLM a mainstream player in the global financial ecosystem. The question isn't whether Stellar will be adopted. It's when and how fast. The integration of Stellar's blockchain with Mastercard's global network is a massive step toward institutionalizing cryptocurrency, and it's about to make the whole world rethink the way they conduct transactions. Now let's break this down. Mainstream adoption. This isn't just crypto enthusiasts sending XLM back and forth. This is institutional money, banks, enterprises, and global merchants moving capital through Stellar's blockchain. Many of them without even realizing it's blockchain-powered. Institutional credibility. One of the biggest barriers to crypto adoption has always been trust. But when a trillion-dollar financial giant backs Stellar, it's no longer just a crypto project. It becomes a legitimate financial infrastructure. Regulatory advantage. Unlike many other crypto networks fighting uphill battles against regulations, Stellar is aligning itself with the traditional financial system. And now, with Mastercard's involvement, it's only a matter of time before XLM becomes the go-to blockchain for global payments. Massive utility boost. Adoption drives price action. And with Mastercard's network funneling millions of transactions through Stellar's system, we're looking at a potential surge in demand, liquidity, and real-world use cases. This is the part where most investors hesitate. They wait for confirmation. They wait until everyone else is talking about it. But by then, the real opportunity is gone. The floodgates are opening. The biggest financial institutions are waking up to what Stellar can do. The only question is, will you be positioned before the tidal wave hits? Because history is clear, by the time retail investors catch on, the smart money is already counting their profits. The silent accumulation phase. Why smart money is watching XLM. Look at history, every major crypto breakout follows the same script. A long, quiet phase where smart money accumulates while retail traders ignore the opportunity. The hype is dead. The headlines are focused elsewhere. Prices look stagnant. And then, out of nowhere, the explosion happens. By the time the average investor realizes what's happening, it's already too late. Right now, XLM is sitting in that exact accumulation phase. The price chart might not be screaming breakout yet, but the fundamentals? They've never been stronger. Mastercard's involvement isn't just a random partnership. It's a sign that institutional players are positioning themselves early. And here's the key. Whales aren't chasing pumps. They're accumulating in silence. Big investors don't wait for a coin to go 10x before buying in. They move when the market is quiet, when the narrative is still flying under the radar. Transaction volumes are rising without retail involvement. If you look beyond price action, Stellar's network is seeing steady growth in transactions and adoption. That's a telltale sign that something big is brewing. Price movements don't reflect the full picture. Yet, most people only react to price, but the real investors react to opportunity. Right now, XLM is still in stealth mode, but the infrastructure for a major surge is already being built. This is what separates winners from latecomers. The people who wait until the news starts screaming about XLM's rise, they'll be the ones buying after the smart money has already taken their positions. That's the cold truth. By the time you hear about a coin's breakout on the news, the real money has already been made. The biggest gains always happen in silence. And right now, XLM is dead silent. But that won't last much longer. The adoption surge. How Stellar and Mastercard are reshaping payments. Let's talk about real-world impact. In the world of crypto, hype fades, but adoption is what creates lasting value. And right now, Stellar is positioned to completely reshape how we think about global payments. Here's the bottom line. Stellar is dismantling one of the biggest inefficiencies in global finance. Slow, expensive cross-border transactions. Traditional banking, it takes days to process international payments. You're stuck with high fees, unnecessary delays, and outdated infrastructure that doesn't meet the needs of modern businesses. Stellar? Transfers happen in seconds, for a fraction of a cent. There are no middlemen, no bloated fees, just seamless, fast transactions across borders, ready to move money without barriers. Now add Mastercard into the equation. Mastercard isn't just some small player in the payments world. We're talking about one of the largest payment networks in the world, responsible for processing over $7 trillion in transactions annually. That's more money than the entire crypto market combined. And instead of trying to fight blockchain innovation, they're integrating it directly into their system. What does this mean for the future of global payments? Businesses can now settle payments instantly, across different currencies, without relying on banks or traditional payment systems. Merchants, enterprises, and even financial institutions will be using Stellar's network, many times without even realizing it. This is the quiet revolution happening behind the scenes. Here's the thing, XLM isn't just another crypto. It's becoming an invisible powerhouse behind the world's financial infrastructure. It's not about being flashy. It's about being invisible yet integral, the quiet engine powering the next generation of payments. And here's where the real game changer comes in: adoption leads to demand. Every transaction that moves through Stellar's network strengthens its ecosystem. Every business that taps into Stellar's speed and efficiency adds value to XLM. Every partnership like the one with Mastercard pushes crypto one step closer to mainstream dominance. This is why XLM is more than just a cryptocurrency. It's becoming the backbone of a new financial system, one where businesses, governments, and consumers can move money faster, cheaper, and more securely than ever before. And here's the golden rule of investing: price follows utility. The more utility XLM has, the more valuable it becomes. As adoption continues to surge, the demand for XLM will only grow stronger. So, while the world watches, the smart money is positioning themselves to ride the wave of real, lasting change. Forget speculation. Forget short-term hype. The real money flows into assets that solve real problems. And Stellar's utility is about to go parabolic. The question isn't if XLM will benefit from this adoption. It's how high it can go once the floodgates open. The window of opportunity is closing. So here's the final question. Are you ahead of the curve? Or will you be chasing the pump like everyone else? The Mastercard partnership is just the beginning. This isn't some short-term hype cycle, it's a fundamental shift in how blockchain technology integrates with the real-world financial system. We're talking about a complete transformation, where XLM plays a pivotal role in reshaping global payments. Let's make this crystal clear. History has shown us exactly what happens next. Bitcoin at $1,000? Most people shrugged it off. Ethereum under $100? People thought it was just another altcoin that would fade away. But now, everyone wishes they had bought in earlier. And right now, XLM is playing out that same cycle. We're in the quiet accumulation phase. Institutional players are starting to position themselves, but the retail investors, they're still asleep at the wheel. But here's the catch: by the time the mainstream catches on, it'll be too late for those who are still waiting on the sidelines. Let's break it down. Institutional adoption is accelerating. Mastercard is the latest massive endorsement, but it's just one example. Global banks, financial institutions, and enterprise-level companies are realizing what Stellar offers. As these institutions begin to embrace blockchain, especially Stellar's system for cross-border payments, the price will begin to reflect this shift in confidence. Retail investors, however, are still largely unaware. The hype hasn't hit mainstream media in full force yet. Most people are still focused on the next big coin or waiting for the next pump. But here's the thing: the biggest rewards go to those who get in early. The smart money is already positioning itself. They understand what's coming. History repeats itself. Just like with Bitcoin and Ethereum, those who wait until the headlines are screaming about Stellar's price explosion will find themselves left behind. By the time XLM's price takes off, the early movers will have already locked in the biggest gains. So where do you want to be? In the rush when the masses wake up? Or already positioned before the floodgates open? The choice is yours, but remember, timing in this market can make all the difference. If you're watching this, you're already ahead of the curve. But don't wait too long. Once the world catches up, it'll be too late to get in at today's prices. So, what's your move? Drop a comment below. Do you see the potential in this move? Or do you think we're overhyping it? Let's discuss. The more perspectives we have, the sharper our edge becomes. And before you go, make sure to check out my next video, where I break down the biggest mistakes traders make when investing in altcoins. Because spotting the opportunity is one thing, knowing how to play it right is what truly separates the winners from the ones left behind. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one.